hit record, right?
I hit record. Yes.
I know you missed a few times.
Don't remind me. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Beehive Biker Podcast. This is episode 29, and today we have another listener on our podcast. Clifton, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, my name's Clifton. Go by Cliff. I live in Layton, 29 years old. Love riding. I love listening to the podcast. So
Thank you. We're glad some people do.
So I like to listen in and learn and, just hear stories and everything. It's all good stuff. So figured why not contribute a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad you reached out. I mean, as many of you who are Valiant listeners have noticed, we're just trying to figure some stuff out. And so we've missed some weeks. But luckily, Clifton reached out to me and was like, hey, if you ever need another body, let me know. And I'm like, deal. I always need more people. So glad that you were able to make it. Glad you're able to find us easy. Before we get started, I wanted to announce a few things so those who are listening might be able to also contribute. A few video episode ideas that we're leaning towards is because it is the new year of 2025, we have a new lineup of models throughout many different brands. So if you are a fan of Yamaha, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Indian, Royal Enfield, any brand you can think of, and you happen to be a fanatic like we are about Harley Davidson, and what do you ride now that
I got a couple bikes.
You got okay, we'll get to that. So maybe he'll have some input as well. But we want to do, I've been watching a lot of videos about tier lists on different topics, and I'm like, that'd be fun. We should get a few people that are really passionate about different brands because I don't know everything about every brand. And I just want to get those people on, have them help organize a tier list of different models in each brand. So if you are a fan or a obsessed person who can tell me all the different distinctions between things and help us through doing some tier lists, that'd be awesome. So if that is something you're interested in doing, go ahead and reach out to us, either if you follow us on Instagram or on the Discord, or if you happen to see any of my posts on Facebook, go ahead and reach out. So anyways, how did you start riding? Tell us about that.
Well, I got home from my mission back in 2016, bought my first bike in 2017. Just one of those things that as a kid, I've always wanted a bike. You see them riding on the roads and stuff. So I've always wanted a bike. And so first bike I bought was just a Honda Rebel 250. It was like a 2007 or 8 or something like that. $700 off KSL. It was deal of the day. It was
seriously $700.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it only had like maybe 3,000 miles on it. It was the only thing wrong with it had a broken tail light, but it was one of those things that if you stay loyal to KSL provides. Like if you're looking for anything, I promise KSL will deliver.
I am almost positive that's where I found all of my bikes.
Yeah.
I don't think I found any. I do a lot of Facebook surfing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But now that you say that, I'm pretty sure I got, well, no, I lied. My FC09 happened to be my wife's neighbors when we were dating. So that one I didn't get off KSL, but I sold it on. That's funny. I think I've bought from people on KSL, but always sold on Facebook.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you had the Rebel 2002, you think?
2008, I think, or 7.
Oh, 2008. Okay.
Yeah. So it was that older body style. Grew out of that way too fast.
Do you know what year they switched to the new Rebel style?
Oh,
is that like 16, 17?
It was in the teens for sure.
You keep going. I'll look it up.
And so I bought that bike to learn on, to get more comfortable on the streets. Because the only riding I had really done was like a dirt bike in the backyard. And that was about it as far as my experience. So,
did you have any family that rode?
My dad had a bike back in the day, but he never had anything newer. So like really no one around me had a bike at the time. So it was just me.
So you were probably laughing at us when we were talking about finding people. Maybe I shouldn't make such definitive statements as that when I said a lot of people or most people that ride motorcycles had someone that kind of led them into it. But it sounds like you're another one that is the What would you say? Like
New
new
generation.
generation start. You're the
Yeah.
beginning of the line. So
Yeah. Cause yeah, I would say that's true because I influenced my friends. So they all got bikes after me. So,
nice. To follow up on that previous question, looks like 2017 is when they switched that body
Oh
style.
man, that short ago, huh?
Yeah, I didn't think it was that. Well, I guess it's almost 10 years now. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Still a good looking bike though,
Oh
for
yeah.
sure. But yeah, so I only rode that bike not too much. And I only went around like Pineview and stuff with it. But I was just like, I need to upgrade. Really, like I need something bigger, obviously, because this is just wimpy now to me. And so I was I followed Blockhead on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I just loved the Sportster and what he was doing with it. And I was like, man, I could totally, that's the bike I want. So again, I went on KSL. KSL delivered, and I got the bike the next year. I still have the Sportster. It's a 2016 883, and I've put probably almost. I put like about 18,000 miles on that bike already,
Excellent work. Excellent work.
and so that was my main cruiser for like the past, 4 6 years almost. COVID, I rode a lot during COVID. Me and my buddies,
I think a lot of people did.
we tackled that pretty hard. Took every weekend we could,
Did you get a lot of friends during COVID to start riding?
I got a couple friends before COVID, and it's just me and my other buddy. Or I have two other buddies. We usually just ride together. Um, but well, the one friend I convinced him to get a Sportster by riding my Sportster, which that's proud of me to do that. And then I had another friend. He bought a Triumph, so it's like a speed twin, I think, like a 900 cc bike. But yeah, we would go cruising, usually like around the Bear Lake and stuff like that. And
Oh, it's so beautiful up there.
oh yeah,
Oh my
love
gosh.
that. And we go up over Cristo and up toward Morgan and back, and just
How is that? Because half our group took that route, and then we met in Bear Lake. But our group that left from Brigham, we all went through Logan Canyon.
yeah,
I really want to do Monty because I heard it's really pretty up there.
it is super pretty. I mean, I strongly suggest everybody who has a bike to just zip up that way, just because it's so pretty. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It's
What's there to see? Is there anything to stop at? Any like scenic lookout points or whatever?
there's a couple pull offs you can do. There's like you'll see them when you kind of go around, but you can get up to like the summit, and there's like a little area you can park and kind of look and relax, stretch your legs. But I think more it's for the twisties and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's just like perfect 55, 60. You're cruising, just zipping through up and down. So nice, beautiful ride. Probably done that.
I'll have to make that a priority this year.
Yeah, I strongly suggest it should be. It's a beautiful ride, and there's a couple sketchy turns in there, but just take it slow and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
But
just enjoy it.
yeah, soak it in, smell the roses. So, but so I got the Sportster in 18, 19. I bought a um, Honda Monkey.
Oh yeah,
Yep. So
I need a little bike.
they're so fun. I mean, once you ride them, they're just zippy and fun, and gas mileage is ridiculous on them, and they're just fun little bikes to zip around town.
Yeah, Gary from of course I bring his name up and then my brain just shuts off. Hive Crew from
Yeah.
Hive Crew. Yeah, I've seen him on a monkey several times, and they look like a ton of fun. I was driving through Salt Lake and there was like three guys just zipping around Salt Lake with. They have I think it's the 125 trail. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they have that motor in a lot of them.
Is that the same motor between all of them?
Yeah, I think the Grom they just upgraded though to a 150, if I'm not mistaken, or they gave it like a fifth gear.
Oh, okay. Just to give it a little more oomph.
Yeah, the new Honda Grom, anyways.
Yeah. I think if I did get one, I'd probably get that trail. I just think it's got that really cool classic look.
Yeah,
Plus I should share it on our Instagram, but my great uncle, he lives up in Washington and he has like the classic version. from
Yeah.
like the 70s and 80s, I think. And he had one that he rode all over the farm, and he had one in storage that he bought back when it was brand new.
Mhm.
And his son worked at the Honda dealer that had it stored for him. He's like, I'm going to buy this, but I just want you to store it for me. And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And he kept riding that old one and just beat the crap out of it.
Mm.
And then his son, while over the years, was working there and was like, Dad, I'm not fixing your bike anymore. We're pulling that other one out and you're going to start riding it. But it's one of those cool trail style Hondas. I think I'd have a good time on that.
Yeah, they're definitely fun little bikes. You got to change up the gearing and stuff though if you want to do like some crazy trails, but I would that's what led me to buy a different bike, was cuz it wasn't quite the trail bike I was hoping for.
Is that buzzing?
I don't hear buzz.
Okay. Sorry, I'm hearing things, I guess.
Maybe
Anyways,
it's my voice.
So you had the Rebel, sold it,
Yeah.
and then you bought the Sportster, and then you bought the Monkey.
Mhm.
What else you got?
I bought a Yamaha TW 200.
Okay. Yep. I've ridden one of those. My great uncle had one, and they're a ton of fun too.
Yeah, I call it the GOAT just because it'll climb anything, you know.
Let me just pause this real quick. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys. What were we talking about?
I got the TW.
Oh yes,
200.
TW. And what made you decide to get the TW?
I wanted a trail bike and kind of just committed with my friend. I was like, "You get one, I'm gonna get one," kind of thing. So we both committed to that. And I found one first on KSL again, and this was right. What was it? 2023, when everything was short. Everybody was short on stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and so I found this one killer deal and told the guy, "Hey, I pay cash for it." Like, went up the next day, bought it, kind of thing. And then my friend found one like a month later. So we both have a TW that we go cruising around with. Usually take it camping, and we've
That'd
went
be
up
so
to
much fun.
Ben
Plus
Lomond.
they fit in the back of a truck real easy.
Yeah, yeah. And they're just it's literally like the GOAT. Easy maintenance, climbs up anything, you know, and easy bike for people to learn on if they want to learn. So
It's true. They're like bulletproof because my great uncle has, I think he still has it actually, and it'd been sitting for several years back when I was 18,
mhm.
and I'd caught the motorcycle bug back then, and all I had to do was like change the spark plugs, change the battery, give it some new fuel, clean out. Is that one carbureted or is that fuel injected?
It's carbureted.
Yeah.
Still
So I think
carbureted.
we cleaned out the carburetor, and boom, it worked fine.
Mhm.
It's good to have some bikes like that are easy to work on, because that's what stinks about my Harley. And I know I could probably do some more research and get it where I could do at least some of the things, but a lot of the parts are very, at least the tools. Some of the tools are unique to Harley and stuff. So
Yeah, it'd be cool to definitely like work on the big stuff, do big things for your bike, but I'm too nervous to mess things up like that.
a little closer.
Yeah, there we go. First time, sorry.
No,
Guys.
you're good. Don't worry about it. It's new for everybody.
So, yeah, I bought the TW, and then just this past year, I finally upgraded my Sportster to a 21 Road King.
Oh, I'm jealous. So you sold the Sportster.
I still have the Sportster.
Oh, you still have it.
Yeah.
So you have on you
Yep.
a Monkey, a TW 200, a Sportster, and a Road King.
And a Road King, yep.
What else you got?
I got a Suzuki four-wheeler.
Oh, okay.
No, that's it. As far as bikes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very jealous because sometimes I think back to my old bikes. I'm like, I just wish I still had them, because the FC09 was fun to just zip around on short rides. It was super lightweight, super fast. And then the Fury, I just loved the way it sounded. It looked cool to me. Not everyone thinks the Furies look cool. And then my Harley's perfect for long distance and two up riding.
Yeah, and that's what made me pull the trigger. I was like, I can't do another season on this Sportster. I'm just sore butt all the time and small tank, So I was
Yeah,
like,
so if you do group rides, you're one of the first to have to pull over.
yeah. Luckily, my friends they had smaller bikes like me,
Oh, okay,
so
so it was easy. You just all
we all
stopped at the
pulled
same
over
time.
together. But still, like, if I want to go on those bigger trips, then I'm gonna want that bigger bike. So
Have you convinced your friends to bite the bullet and get some bigger bikes too?
they're itching now. I'll just say that they're definitely itching and jealous. But
It's hard not to. I mean, I had my Fury when I met my buddy Gary, and he had his Electroglide CVO, and turned me around. I mean, I never wanted a Harley until I hung out with him, and I was like, I gotta have a Harley too.
yeah, yeah, I love the community and all that for that reason. Um, just yeah, the being an influence to others is kind of a good feeling, like, oh, I did something, but sometimes it's bad because it's like financial
Do they
decisions.
have do
But
some of your friends have spouses that are like, what the heck? Why are you getting them to buy this
yeah,
stuff?
one's got a spouse. I have one, the other's still single, but yeah. So
And are you married then?
yep, I got married just this past January.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks.
So, what does your wife think about motorcycles?
Oh, she's all for it. She loves riding. So we
Is-
were gonna do the polar bear ride, but I got called in to work.
Oh, okay. What do you
So
do for work?
I do non-destructive testing.
Non-destructive testing. What does that entail?
That's basically a weld inspector.
Oh, okay, that's right. All right.
So, but I do like all sorts of testing on welds and stuff like that, or even parts in general. Not necessarily welds, but just checking the integrity, looking for cracks, porosity, or whatever.
Is this all sorts of industries, or is it
All sorts.
okay? So not just like mechanical things or
Yeah,
building structure, or what are
yeah.
you looking
So
at?
I do a lot of stuff for like gold mines and Rio Tinto and just weld shops all around the valley, like just all sorts of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Helps pay for the toys.
Yeah. Gotta pay the bills,
Oh my gosh.
So,
I love my bike, and I have a hard time even wanting to get a different bike because I kind of have things how I want them.
hmm
But those Road Kings look amazing. What color do you have?
the snake venom.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was the one. Like, if I bought a brand new one, I was probably gonna get it like painted or wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
But like the snake venom, like I found it on Facebook and went and picked it up because it's just that bike that you don't really see out in the wild. I haven't seen too many in Utah in general.
I've seen some Road King. No, sorry, glides. I
Yeah.
haven't seen Road Kings or Street Glides as much. I don't know if they were just more popular for that color and that model, or what.
Yeah, I did see a Sportster at the Salt Lake dealership last
Oh,
week.
really?
Yeah,
Like on the floor.
yeah, I had the snake venom color. So
Think they brought it back this year for one model. Did you see that?
yeah, it's like a Mystic. They called it Mystic something, I think.
Oh, they changed the name. I thought they still. Let me look. I think it was the. Was it the Nightster or something?
I'm not 100%.
Anyways, while we're looking that up, I've been tempted there. I'm not really a green person.
I
Like
know.
green's not. I wouldn't say green's my favorite color.
Mhm.
But there's been a few Harley Davidson green colors that have tickled my interest. Like that one. I mean, obviously, I don't have the money for a CVO, but the Envious Green Fade from was that 21? I think that one. Have you seen that one?
It's not the denim green one.
No, it's like it's almost like I can't remember. Is it green or black? And then it flashes the green. Hold on. Envious Green Fade. It's this one right here.
Oh yeah, that's a sick one.
Yeah. So this one, it's like kind of green to black, and you
Mhm.
don't always see the flame.
Yeah.
And then just the light hits it and pops.
Yeah. I'm more a fan of the purple on the Venom. But
Oh, yeah. You like the purple over the
Yeah.
green?
So I was kind of upset when they came out with all these purple bikes this year because I totally dig the purple, but
Yeah, but you got that new Harley money.
no, no, maybe someday, but
Oh, that's me. I'm like, once I pay off my bike, I'm just gonna hold on to it and save. I'm just sick and tired of payments.
yeah,
Like,
I feel you.
I want to pay off my truck. I want to pay off my bike. I want to hold the title in my hands.
Hmm.
My sister-in-law just paid off her. She has a Yamaha R3, and she got her title in the mail. I'm like, oh, I am so
Yeah,
jealous.
yeah, I totally understand.
So tell me about some of the rides you've been on. Where have you been on your bikes, I should say.
Bikes. Really, I haven't been that far, honestly. Um, the biggest one we usually do is just that Bear Lake ride, but we every now and then we would ride up to Malad, get some barbecue,
Where do you go?
the Spiros
Spiros. Okay, I
in
think I've
Malad.
been there.
Yeah, they do like the smoked sandwiches.
Are they that one that's only open certain times of the year?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. We lived in Malad. My family did when I was in. I was supposed to. We were planning on staying. Like we moved away, trying to sell our house in Cache Valley, and we lived the summer between my kindergarten and first year.
Hmm.
So I remember a few things from
Yeah.
Malad.
But we would usually just take the back roads up there, just nice cruising speeds, and then we would hit that canyon on the backside that goes into Cache Valley.
Oh, what's it called? Is it the North Divide?
No, no, it's
Valley View?
that one. So from Malad, go just north of Malad, and then you come back down, and it's just that little canyon that will drip into Cache Valley. I can't remember the name of the canyon, but
Let me see. Must be one I'm not familiar with. I should know. I'm from Cache Valley. Come on, man.
it's a nice little zipper one.
So you go from Malad and you go north.
Yeah, you just go past Malad, that first exit past Malad. So Highway 91.
Okay,
It
Malad.
drops into
Oh, okay, I
Preston.
see it. Yeah. Oh, yes. Because I remember this. I went on a ride to, oh, it's 91.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite a bit more north. We'll have to put these on.
Maybe it is. Oh, I lied. 36. My bad.
Okay, yeah. So it drops down into Weston.
Yeah.
That looks like a fun ride. Nice long solo road. Is it just a two-way?
Yep, just a two-way.
Very nice. All right, so trips to Malad, trips to Bear Lake. So have you been, is it a comfort thing that keeps you closer? Is it a mileage thing like with the tanks? Or is it something you want to be doing more?
It's definitely something I want to be doing more. One is like last year I just didn't have a whole lot of time with work. And so this year I'm hoping to get out and do some more. But
Does that just take you out of town at all? Or
yeah, I go out of town a lot. So after this I got to drop down to Vegas and do an inspection. So
oh, nice. You riding your bike?
no, I got to take equipment with me. So,
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm usually flying to places like that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was like the biggest thing for me when I started my new job working at Temple Square is that I no longer had a work truck and I didn't have to keep all the parts to everything I needed and all my tools.
Mhm.
And so in those summers I've started riding to work and I'm like crossing my fingers that the weather can clear up because it's been temperamental.
Yeah. It's been crazy. I hate, like, you gotta love Utah weather, but at the same time, it's like 1 week you pull out the bike, the next week you're like putting it back in, you know? 'Cause
It's so frustrating. And every time I've wanted to, it's because there's been like a really nice day and I
Mhm.
see tons of bikes where I'm like, it's time. I got to get it out.
Mhm.
And then I go get it. But before I go get it, I check the weather and it's going to be crappy the next 2 weeks or something. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And I just came down from Phoenix and everybody's riding down there.
Oh, of course.
I saw like 100
This is probably
bikes.
like prime riding time over
Oh,
there
yeah.
because it's not way too hot.
Yeah, and the desert's actually green right now, so, it's a little
Yeah.
prettier to look at while you're
Is
riding.
that just like this? I've never been to Arizona. Is that just like because of the snow melt at the because it's the end of the season or
Yeah, I think just
on
all
the
the
northern
moisture
end?
they've gotten over the winter that, it's that little bit of green and then it just dries up. So, it's pretty
Yeah.
pretty though.
I'm wondering what this summer is going to be like because I feel like last year we got a ton of snow right at the end of the season,
Mhm.
and then this year it's been pretty much spotty the whole entire time. But
Yeah.
we've had quite a bit of rain in the last couple of weeks, so I'm interested to see if it's ends up being like a super
Yeah.
dry summer.
That's the thing, you just never know here in Utah. Don't like the weather, changes in 10 minutes. So,
Yeah, I am grateful that it doesn't get too hot because I think that would suck even more. Because with the Harleys, the
oh
engine
yeah.
gets way hot. Does the 21
I think
Road
it's
King is still the oil, right? The oil
yeah.
cooled.
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't think at least the liquid cooled heads came until was it 22, 23? I think they had it on like the ultras.
Yeah, and then the new model years.
Yeah, the new model years all well, probably was even older. It probably was back in 21, but don't really have those lowers to hide them in on the Road King.
Mhm.
What have you done anything to your Road King? Or I guess I should just ask like in general, what have you done to your different bikes?
Oh man. Well, Sportster, I flipped the mirrors underneath because I like
Course,
that
course.
chopped look on top. I got a new seat. I changed out pegs. I didn't do too much on that one. Um, Monkey, I didn't do anything to it. TW, I just put some bar risers on it, so it feels a little more like a dirt bike. So
Mm-hmm.
that's nice. Road King, it actually came with a lot. So when I bought it, it had the Screaming Eagle shocks put on in the back at the piggyback, so you can adjust them on the
Mm-hmm.
fly. Um,
Are those Olin's brand?
I want to say
Excuse me.
they are. Yeah, I
Okay,
think
yeah,
so.
I think Harley goes with Olin's. At least they used to. I think they changed recently, but
Yeah, and then it came with a lapera seat, backrest, and a rack, and then it had a windshield put on, a smoked windshield, vented smoked
oh, is it
windshield
like
on it.
that contoured windshield?
Yeah, so
I
that
love
goes
that.
with the
It looks so
bars.
nice.
Yeah, it looks super clean.
You'll have to send us some pictures so we can post them.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of windshields, but when I saw that one, I was like, that's a sick looking bike.
I feel like with when you get a windshield or if you get a fairing, you almost can't go back. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel? How do you feel? Like, explain that difference so those who don't understand can understand.
Oh man, it is night and day. Like, um, I test rode a Road King first at the dealership. I went because they were always so nice to me there. Like, yeah, take whatever bike you want. Because I was kind of like just trying to figure out what I wanted.
What dealership were you going to?
Golden Spike.
Oh, Golden Spike. Good.
Yeah. So I've probably ridden every model at the dealership, and I just couldn't feel comfortable, or I just wasn't quite into the look of most of the bikes, kind of thing. Just trying to figure out what I liked. And then the last time I went in, I rode the Pan America and a Road King. And when I took off on that Road King, I was like, dang it.
You didn't want to love it.
Well, it was, I don't know. Like, I was just like, it was the more dang it, like, I need to get this bike now, like I'm sold. This is it. This is the one I want. And it didn't have a windscreen on it on that one. So you're definitely, it feels like you're getting more in the chest because it's so much lower than the Sportster. The bars are sits up a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
So you're definitely feeling the wind on you. But when I have that windscreen on, like, man, you can just cruise forever.
Yeah, and that's what's nice with the Road King is yours is detachable, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I do like that feeling of being smashed in the face by wind,
Mm-hmm.
but then I can't really do anything about it with my Electroglide.
Yeah, that's what's nice about mine is because it has that vent on the front.
May I?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
So you can open that vent up and still get like in the face,
I mean, you can like direct it too, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's more for like buffering with the wind.
And did you say you had is it just the short back seat, or did you have a or backrest for the passenger, or do you also have a
Yeah, just that. What's on the
tour
bike
pack?
right there?
Oh, okay.
No tour pack.
Have you looked into getting one?
Not super interested, no.
I think with my personal opinion is they don't look at as good on the Road Kings, but if you get the
Mhm.
chop tour pack, it looks a little better.
Oh yeah, that would look better. But no, I think it was just looking clean
Oh
the
yeah.
way it was
So
already.
there's I'm part of me is really glad they didn't kind of phase out that look this year,
Mhm.
but part of me was really worried, interested to see how they'd adapt the new body style, but they didn't. They chose to keep it that classic look.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's been a few years they've had that same styling.
Yeah, I think they
They at least dropped the chrome, didn't they? I
yes.
think it's just the blackout,
Road King special. Yeah.
the special. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, mm, yeah, they don't offer a chrome package. What's your opinion on chrome versus black? Do you like the blacked out more, or
Black's definitely better, yeah. But
it's all preference?
it's all preference. There is some good looking chrome bikes out there for sure. But
I've always said that my opinion is it's kind of an all or none. I like having
yeah,
all chrome or all black because if it's mixed, it just looks kind of funky to me.
yeah, for sure.
Like if I had a black bike, I would probably, if I had that same one you have, I'd probably get those. I don't know what the actual term is, but it's like the lower rocker box, I think. Like in between the rocker box and the cylinder is like chrome, and then the push rods are also chrome.
Oh yeah.
I'd probably get those painted to either match the paint job of the bike or black them out.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess there is an add-on I did. I just put on some crash bars for the saddlebags.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Just small subdued ones, or
The Harley brand ones, so they'll protect the saddlebags if it ever just tips over or something like that.
have you seen those? I don't even know if they make them for the older models because I wonder. Do you know if they changed the frame much between the new one and the new bikes and the old bikes, or did they just change the body parts?
I I don't know.
Can't remember. I think they kept the same frame. So I'm curious if they'd still fit. But have you seen those ones where it's got like the skateboard wheels on the ends of the pegs?
the skateboard wheels.
Yeah, they've got like longboard wheels on the ends of the
No, I
pegs
haven't seen
for
those
like
ones.
crash bars. Yeah, I would be tempted to get some of those if I had one of the newer bikes. I think they look slick. But anyways.
Yeah. It's a fun bike though. I freaking love it, and I'm excited to do some riding this year with it. So
You got it last or what year did you
yeah,
say?
last year.
Just this last year?
Yeah,
And were you still dating your wife or were you guys married at that?
we were dating then.
Okay.
So.
She was like, "Are you sure you want to make that much money on it?"
Yeah. She's like, if you want to get it. So
Oh, good wife, good wife.
yeah,
My wife's always been really supportive, so I'm grateful. Shout out to all the wives out there and spouses that allow their spouses to go spend lots of money and
support our addiction.
go ride on the interstate where a bunch of crazy people are. My
Yeah.
goodness, it's been bonkers. We just we sent our prayers out to some friends. We had Jonathan Barker on for the Indian motorcycle episode, and I reached out to him because of the episode idea of doing tier lists.
hmm
I'm like, "Hey, do you want to come back on?" He's like, "Yeah, I just need a minute because I got hit."
Oh man.
Oh no! But he says he's doing good. He hasn't heard back about his bike, but hopefully everything turns out all right for him.
Yeah.
Um,
It's been a little crazy already. Like this season's just barely started, and I keep seeing them on like the Facebook page, and that another one down, another one down.
yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Because I don't personally. Usually I'm driving, so I don't want to be taking a picture. But
hmm
I see a lot of people get mad when people post that stuff. What do you think about that?
It's definitely 50-50 because like at the same time, it's like, what if the only way to contact people that know is that way? You know, if their phone flies 100 feet away, no one's gonna know where it went. To contact or whatever. So as far as like reaching out and letting people know, I think it's okay, but kind of a sucky way to find out.
Yeah. I
And
think that,
it's more it's like, personal reasons or stuff like that. So,
yeah. I wonder if, because it seems like almost some people are just annoyed because it's like, oh, I don't want to hear about it, you know?
hmm
It's almost like a stark reality that you kind of want to avoid and just pretend like it doesn't happen.
yeah, kind of keep the bad jujus away. You could say, I guess.
Do you, speaking of bad juju, do you got a riding bell on all your bikes?
I got one on the Road King, so
Oh, good boy.
the most important one.
So, speaking of riding bells, I had one on let's see, my Honda Fury. My wife got me one,
Mm.
and it like busted off in like 3 days. I I was stupid and just put it on like a zip tie.
Oh,
And when I got my Harley, it had one on it, and I know people are gonna like come after me and be like, "You dummy, you don't do that." But I just left it on because Zach found out that it wasn't mine, and he's
uh,
like, "Dude, I gotta get you one." Then, I'm like, all right, go ahead. So he just got me one. I got to put it on the bike.
yeah, my buddy got me mine. I got him one. He got my other friend one. But I know you're supposed to keep it at like the lowest point
Mm-hmm.
on
You
the
got to run
bike.
them gremlins over.
Yeah, yeah. But you don't want to be knocking your bell on everything either. So
That's true. I, I mean, I guess the Harleys are just loud enough. I just don't notice. I'm sure it's ringing all the time, but
yeah, for me, it's like the low points. Like you hit a speed bump or something like
oh,
that.
you just like.
You hear that ding ding. So,
I almost it would stink if it got caught and just like smashed it in half.
yeah.
So what do you have any plans for this year riding location wise that you're really wanting to make it out to?
Man, I guess I have to hit that the OG Sinclair station that
Oh,
everybody posts about.
you have to. I haven't made it out there, and apparently I'm a sinner for that.
Yeah, I guess that's a must. So I'll have to check that one off the list sometime.
Can't remember the name of the town that's in.
I think it's just south of Saratoga. So it's on that other side of the Utah Lake.
Because it's like a museum, I think,
Yeah, I think they just turned it into like a museum.
or at least a gift shop thing. It's in
Gauche.
Alberta, just off of Goshen, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. Highway 6. Yeah, the backside of the Utah Lake.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through Facebook the other day for rides, and I found this one, and it sounds like a ton of fun. It hits all of the natural hot springs in like
Oh, I saw
northern to
that.
central Utah. Where is it? I send it to Zach, so I know I can find it there.
Yeah.
So it hits Fifth Water Hot Springs, Inlet Park Hot Springs, Homestead Crater, Skull Valley, Gandy Warm Spring, and then it ends in, where is that? Doesn't say. Just north of Beaver, but I think that'd be a good one because then you can just stop and rest your weary body in the hot water.
Yeah, for sure.
Another one I really want to do is Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been to Yellowstone at all?
I haven't been at all.
Me either.
So
My wife's like, "What? You've never been to Yellowstone?" So that'd be fun. Another one I really want to go to is the Four Corners motorcycle meetup. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like down, I think it's in Durango. Is that right? Colorado. Have you ever been to any meetups?
Not really.
Is that something you're interested in?
I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's like it's nice to go with buddies because you're comfortable and you got your Sennas or pack talks and just talking
Mhm.
away. That's like my social, just riding and talking the whole time. So
Right.
I definitely enjoy doing that. As far as like solo trips or riding with groups, I did the fire ride last year. It was like the same weekend as Peach Days.
What did that one entail?
That one is it starts at South Valley, Harley, and it's just like the firefighter memorial ride they do every year,
Okay.
and they just ride up to Ogden. So I think there was at least like 200 bikes.
Jeez. Did you guys take the interstate or did you do
Yeah, so we went up, I think 89. We got on at 80, I want to say, on to 215, the Legacy up 89, 89 all the way. But it's police escorted the whole way, so they block off the roads and
that is
everything
so
like that.
nice.
So you're only going like 20 or like 30 miles an hour, 35 is like the average speed the whole way.
Does that polar bear run the same way? Because I think
No,
I saw some posts that they had some police riders with them.
no, the polar bear went um, up over Sandy into Utah Valley, crossed Utah Valley, over Eagle Mountain, backside into Tooele and back into Salt Lake.
Okay.
So it was like 100 miles.
So you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I just about had a massive panic attack
What?
because we switched the mic cord. I have the different
Oh,
the
no.
different things in here. Luckily, this gets a main mix of everything coming in,
Oh, boy.
so we're good. But I just noticed that your bar, like your specific bar, wasn't doing anything. I was like, oh no,
Oh, man.
not again.
40 minutes in and we just lost everything.
Yeah, because I went to check the time and I'm like, no. Anyways, sorry, I got distracted.
No, it's all good.
What? Where did they go for that polar bear ride? Because you said you were wanting to go. I didn't catch where they were doing it.
So they start at South Valley, Harley, and it's a poker run. So you stop and grab poker cards and stuff like that, fill out a poker hand. Whoever has the best hand wins a prize.
I've never done a poker ride, so how do they do that exactly? Is it you get a different card at each location they stop at?
No,
or?
it's basically like just a little card that with like every possible card you can have.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the first stop, draw a card, and they'll stamp that card.
Oh, okay.
So,
And then whoever has the best hand at the end of the ride gets prizes.
yeah. So I think the person that won this last year had like 4 of a kind.
Oh dang!
So,
What are some of the prizes they've done?
they gave away a Harley.
What?
Yeah, the
I need to
Nightster.
start going to some poker rides, man.
But this was a charity ride for Make a Wish.
Oh,
They
okay.
did. So, and it was sponsored by the Salt Lake Motorcycle Club.
Oh, okay.
So, then all the proceeds go to Make a Wish in Utah, and so Intermountain gave away a Nightster, and they gave away a Glock, like a couples retreat to Wendover, and there's just a bunch of good little prizes and a ton of like gift cards and everything you could think of.
That's
So-
awesome. Yeah, it sounds like
and it's all
I need to
towards
go.
charity, So
Oh, so do you pay in to go on the ride?
yep, you pay to get in. Riders pay, riders and passengers, and then there's like T-shirts you can buy, pins, and
Do you get more ticket like hands of cards for
Yeah.
everything you buy, or
yeah, so you can get like more poker hands, and you can get more drawings for the bike, more drawings for whatever they're doing, and
oh, that's slick.
they did like a silent auction at the dealership too. So
Yeah, I missed that, but then I also missed. We just started Randy that does the meetups at Lucky Slice because you're in what town?
I'm in Layton.
Layton. That's not far at all.
Yeah,
Then.
it's just
So we need to start going to those.
they starting this month or
Yeah, they just had one last. I think it was it this Tuesday? Let me check. Yeah, I think it's every Tuesday, once a month, the first Tuesday of the month. Double check. Don't quote me. But yeah, he messaged me about them. I was just surprised that they ended up doing it because I thought the rain was gonna rain them out because that's how it ended last year. We were supposed to have one more
yeah.
meetup and it ended up getting closed. But
They got
dude.
rained on the polar bear ride, and they said they even got a little snow.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Jeez.
so-
I've never ridden in the snow. I've ridden in the rain, but I've never ridden in the snow. That's for sure.
yeah, same.
But I'll message Randy. And I'll make sure I get those dates. And and we'll put them out on the next podcast, and then also on the Instagram and the Discord.
Yeah. I'm definitely down to do more of like those big group rides though. Like those are definitely fun just to be a part of, follow along. And as far as like other rides I want to do, definitely want to do like Mirror Lake. I don't know if you've heard of Mirror Lake Highway.
Where's that at?
So that one, you go into Evanston, and then so you can do Monte Cristo and Mirror Lake all in one go. Go up Monte Cristo and then through Evanston, jump on the highway back down into Utah, and you'll pop out of Camas.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm seeing it on here.
It's still closed for winter right now, but
oh, is it?
yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
They
There's probably several like that.
They close for the winter season, but that's a beautiful ride too.
Do you know when they open?
Usually around Memorial Day. Just depends when the snow is all melted. But it'll be a chilly ride for sure because it climb pretty high up in elevation, and it's
so it says here you take Bald Mountain Pass at elevation of 10,715 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Utah's highest paved road, and a great look at the high Uintas. Ooh, that sounds nice.
It is super beautiful.
So
I've driven it plenty of times, but
you haven't taken the bike.
I haven't taken the bike yet. That's definitely one I want.
It's pretty enough going up Trapper's Loop in Ogden Canyon.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine being even higher than that. So we'll have to take it right out there. That sounds like a good one.
Yeah, and you can do Monte Cristo up and then head toward Evanston, and through Evanston back down through Mirror Lake.
Yeah, I need to start planning some trips, because if I don't plan them, they're not going to happen. I get so preoccupied with everything. I start getting distracted and don't end up getting out. So
yeah, work is like the biggest thing for me. I can't really plan stuff because I'll get a call that I need to be somewhere the next day. So
that stinks. So it's kind of a lot of it's short notice stuff.
Sometimes, yeah. But we've just been so busy these past month. We've kind of like, I think my shortest week this last month was like 50 hours.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad we could get you on.
Yeah. So I feel bad for beating around the bush, but it's like, I just don't know yet, because we got to support our customers and stuff like that. So, but it's a good gig. It's easy money. So I like it.
So did you start welding before you did inspecting, or did you go straight for inspections?
I actually went to welding school. And then when I finished that up, I was looking for a welding job, and my boss reached out to me, and been an inspector since.
Nice.
So
yeah, because I used to do install for fire alarm systems. Now I pretty much exclusively do inspections. So fire alarms, fire sprinklers, extinguishers, hydrants, the works.
Yeah,
it's a good gig. I like it.
It's nice not to do the heavy lifting.
I was just talking to my coworker the other day. We were driving down the road, and I saw a job site, construction site, and I said, "Man, sometimes I wish I could just go pull some wire. Go do something with my hands." And I'm like, it's just fun. And he's like, "Oh, you miss it? You can go back at any time." I'm like, "Nope."
Nope, pays better.
Oh
right
my
now.
goodness, dude! I never realized how much I hated the cold, and I just obviously bit the bullet and dealt with it when I worked construction. But I hate the cold, dude.
Yeah. I feel bad because like I wanted to ride out tonight, and I feel like a little like old true biker would have rode, but I got an excuse. My battery's dead, so I put it on the charger.
Darn it!
So, but
those batteries are so freaking pricey too.
Yeah. I ordered a lithium one, and then they canceled my order.
So, oh, what? They like back ordered it?
Yeah, I guess they're completely out for like 5 weeks.
Yikes!
So
yeah, I remember when I think I got a new one right as I got it, or not long after my bike, and it was a trial to get it out of the bike.
Yeah,
because the strap had busted before I even got it.
Yeah, I didn't even realize there was a strap. Honestly, I I just
You just
wedged my
manhandled that
yeah,
sucker.
and then I looked in there, I was like, "Oh, there's a strap to pull that out." But it's
Well,
ripped, so like,
yeah.
it wouldn't have worked anyways.
Yeah, that's how mine was. I'm like, I open it, and my buddy's like, "There's supposed to be a way to just pull a strap up, and it'll yank it out." I'm like, I don't see no strap.
Yeah.
You can see frayed on the edge.
Mhm. Yeah.
Just grab it with my monkey hands and pull it out. But then I
Yeah.
dropped it back in like 20 times before I finally got it out.
Yeah.
Just like slipped right out of my fingers.
But those lithium batteries, those things are
They're lighter,
awesome.
aren't they? Lighter?
Yeah, they're lighter and like just a higher crank, so it just fires right up when
That's
you
nice.
start it up, and you can pretty much leave it sit all winter, and it'll fire right up still.
I'm a little anxious. I've had mine on a trickle charger, but I store it at my parents' place,
Mm-hmm.
and they ran the power out to the shed, and they had their whole like Christmas diorama or whatever
Yeah.
out back in the backyard, and so it was powering that, and then it had a line that went into the shed that I was using. But when they turned the lights off on that, it would turn off the trickle charger on my
Oh,
bike. So I'm like, I
man.
really hope that it works fine. It turned on every day at night, but then it would, once the sun came out, it would turn off.
Yeah, that's what I had mine on, a trickle charger all winter,
And it
and
still had issues.
it just I don't know. I think I had a bad charger because
Oh, okay. I'm like, now
I
you're really
pulled it-
making me nervous.
I pulled it out and click click. I was like, dang it, man! I was so excited to ride today, but
Oh man. Well, hopefully you can get a new one soon.
yeah, I took it in today to got it checked out. They said it's still good, just needs to charge, so we'll see.
What do you have, like a Harley brand charger, or is it an off-brand charger?
Just a Napa Auto Parts
Okay.
trickle charger, so it'll charge it up and then it will just maintain it once it's charged.
And you have to like actually pull it out and hook it on the battery, or does it just have leads or something that hook onto the posts?
I could put my bike does have like the leads on it,
Mm-hmm.
so I could just plug it straight in.
Oh, okay. That's what mine has, and it's nice. I just slide it
Yeah.
out from under the seat.
Yeah, so but I pulled the battery out already, so I was like, I'll just charge it outside or outside of the bike
Mm-hmm.
and then see if it will fire back up.
That's funny. My first thought when you said you took it to go get it looked at, I'm like, oh, he took his whole bike to get it looked at. And I'm like, how did he do that? I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot. He just took the battery.
Yeah, I took the battery. That's a heavy sucker, though. Those things are
Yeah.
huge. But-
I don't know why there's. I mean,
it's a big motor you got to crank over. So
yeah, it's true.
my Sportster, like it's like the same size of any other battery.
Uh huh. Yeah, I mean, the ones on the TW, they're like what, 6 inches by 3 inches.
Yeah,
They're
I got a
tiny.
new one just to get away from the lead acid stuff.
Uh huh.
So I got like an AGM one put in. So it's got a little bit of a higher crank on that too. So that's nice. Fires right up.
Yeah. Oh, man, you're really making me anxious now. I got to get my bike out already. But this weekend's conference weekend, and I'm working, so
Yeah.
not going to be able to get it out. Darn it.
I think it's still going to be a little crappy this weekend though.
Yeah, I mean, is it still raining outside? It was
Not right
raining on my
now.
way
It's
from
kind of
home.
like sporadic, depending, where you are in the valley, but cluster showers. But
Yeah.
you know what they say? Saints meet, the heavens weep. So
Let's see. It's supposed to be high of 69 Thursday, Friday of next week. Oof. But we're supposed to rain on Tuesday. So maybe next weekend. I'll have to wait till the 10-day forecast gets out that far.
Yeah.
Because I never have time on a weekday.
Do you have a cover when you have it
Yeah.
here at your place?
Yeah. I wish I had a garage.
Same.
One day I'll be a cool, like, actual homeowner, not just a town homeowner.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, thanks for coming to the show today. I'm glad we were able to chit chat about a few different things, and hopefully our listeners enjoyed today, and we'll be able to have you back on for some other different topics. Because I think the more people we get on, the more people will be able to get back and
More
have
input,
different,
yeah.
just different topics, and we'll have 4 people at the table at some point.
That'd be definitely fun to do.
Sweet.
Cool.
Sounds good. Well, I'll look forward to seeing you again, and we'll go on some rides too.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Beehive Biker podcast. keep in tune for future episodes. We got a bunch that we're trying to figure out. So just be patient with us as we get those scheduled out, get those recorded, and get them out to you. If you have any people you want us to interview or topics you want us to cover, please reach out. We are constantly looking for new ideas to record on, and we just love having our listeners as part of what we do here. So thank you again for coming,
Yeah.
and we'll see you all next time. Thanks. Bye.